Federal judge blocks Trump curbs on high-skilled worker visa program. Great. Now judges are politicians. That's just lovely. Beautiful. Oh, yeah, because, Trump can't stop supposed high-skilled workers from coming into the country from outside, because we've had record unemployment this past year. So, of course, it makes sense to bring in more foreign workers instead of employ the local population. Well, we have a huge pool of workers to choose from who are actually American citizens. Yet that makes no sense. That makes no sense. You have plenty of people in America who will take the jobs. Oh, but, no, we need to employ people from India because they need the job more. And, of course, need is all that matters because we're now a communist country. So, the people who need the job more should get it, not the people who are the most qualified or who actually, deserve it, like Americans. You would think they would, deserve the job before a foreigner, but no. No, being an American citizen, it doesn't really grant you any privileges anymore. In fact, you could argue that it's a negative to be an American citizen these days. Anyhow, before I get into this story, I would like to ask those of you out there that like and appreciate the raw, red pill nature of my content to please consider going and checking out my website, therealistphilosopher.com/donate. That is therealistphilosopher.com/donate, and consider making a donation. There's 3 ways you can donate. Number 1, any denomination of Bitcoin you choose to donate. You can donate that to my Bitcoin wallet address. Number 2, my Cash App. Or number 3, my Patreon, which is a per-piece platform. I make about 8 pieces a month, so you donate $1, it's like $8 a month, 50 cents, $4 a month. Or if you just want to make a single one-time donation, again, Cash App. So go check that out. I could really use your help. All donations are appreciated. I would greatly appreciate it, by the way, of course. Okay. So, federal judge blocks Trump's curbs on high-skilled worker visa program. Can you guess which state? Can you guess which state this judge is in? If you said California, you would be correct. So, a federal judge in California on Tuesday slapped down the Trump administration's latest effort to limit legal immigration. So, for this to happen, somebody must have filed suit. So, yeah, some organization protecting the so-called rights and interests of, foreign workers, went to court and said, hey, judge, can you slap this down? And the activist judge, because, it's California, most of the judges are activists, said, sure, vacating new restrictions on H-1B high-skilled foreign worker visas that were expected to affect 1/3 of applicants to the program. Yeah, because nobody in America is high-skilled. We're all a bunch of dummies. We're fucking morons. We can't put wire A in slot B. We need an Indian or a Chinaman to do that. Or maybe a Jap, but not a Jap, because the Japanese people are doing too good. We need people who really need that job. God forbid we give it to an American. No, he can stay on his welfare, okay? Give the job to an Indian or a Chinaman. U.S. District Judge Jeffrey White, oh boy, found that the administration didn't take enough time to consider the changes. Whoa. What kind of arbitrary qualifier is that? And who is he to judge that? Jesus Christ, what is enough time? Well, the administration didn't spend what, in my opinion, was enough time considering the ramifications of their decision. So, based on that fact, my arbitrary idea of what enough time is, which I'm not going to tell you, just like YouTube doesn't tell you what the terms of service are or how you broke them before they boot you from the platform, because if you knew what you shouldn't be doing, then you wouldn't do it, and then they couldn't boot you. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Very interesting. So, didn't have enough time to consider the changes. I don't understand this reasoning. Or seek public comment on the rules. What? Consent of the people. Isn't the fact that Trump was elected and put in office on this very platform to reform our immigration system, isn't that the consent of the people? Isn't that the only public comment that needs to be made? He was elected, and this is part of his job, and he's doing his job, isn't that public comment? No! Voting means nothing! It's the people that count the votes. Oh. That's what matters, yeah. Which would have made it harder for businesses to obtain high-skilled foreign employees and would raise the wages of H-1B workers and how much they must be paid. Well, can't have that. Gee, I wonder if this judge has any moolah stuffed into his mattress. I wonder if he's got a big floor safe in his house stuffed with money that might have come from, I don't know, George Soros? I wonder. Yeah. So his very flimsy excuse for shooting down Trump's wanting to limit H-1B workers coming in from outside is that, in his opinion, Trump didn't take enough time to consider the changes. That is the most bogus bullshit reasoning I've ever fucking heard. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't even know what that means. How much time is he supposed to take? I don't get this. White said the administration failed to back up its claim that COVID-19's impact on the labor market would justify scrapping the due deliberation that normally accompanies rulemaking. What does that mean, due deliberation? Is there some set amount I don't know about? Isn't he the president? Isn't he the guy running the executive branch? Isn't it within his purview to make these kind of decisions? Only if he does it in a manner that I consider timely. The proper amount of time. Whatever the fuck that means. I'm sure it changes based on whether or not this Judge White agrees with the ruling or not. I bet you, of course, if it had been a decision that White agreed with ideologically, you took more than enough time, Mr. Trump. Of course, he probably would have shot that down, too, just because it came from Trump, right? Yeah. Wait. How is it not proven? Record high unemployment. This is a statistical, objective fact. Wasn't unemployment at one point around 30%, 25-30%? Levels we haven't seen since the Great fucking Depression. Oh, well, that's not evidence. Yeah, he's a lefty activist, this moron. Doesn't know what evidence is, but he's a judge. Oh, my God. The ruling is a victory for business groups. Well, yeah, they can hire cheap workers. They can continue to employ, cheap paid labor. Yeah, cheap labor, of course. Which have challenged President Donald Trump's moves to use the coronavirus pandemic. Yeah, goddamn Trump want to use that to his benefit. Only we Democrats get to do that. Moves to use the coronavirus pandemic and high unemployment as justification to quickly curb legal immigration. But he's the president. He's running the executive branch. That's in his wheelhouse. Why are you... He didn't take enough time, in my opinion. Okay. We need high-skilled innovators now more than ever. There's no high-skilled innovators in America? Again, we have record high unemployment across all fucking industries. Yeah, but Americans, they want too much money. God damn it, that Indian will work for half. And no bathroom breaks. As he solders those circuit boards together. Oh, okay. And the administration's attempt to rush these rules forward without properly considering their impact on thousands of people. Who are you to decide that? He was put into office. The people spoke, and they voted for him so he could make these kind of decisions and push these kind of policies. This is what they voted for, motherfucker. Who are you to countermand that, the will of the people? I'm an activist judge. I don't work for the people, goddammit. I work for an ideology, and I am its champion, and it's my job to proselytize that motherfucking ideology in every ruling I make. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, this could have devastating consequences at this critical moment in history, said the National Association of Manufacturers, which was part of the lawsuit challenging the new restrictions, said in a statement, representing manufacturers, meaning big business corporations who want to keep their labor costs as low as possible. Limiting legal immigration into the country, H-1B visas, that would affect their bottom line. Can't have that. In October, the same judge blocked the Trump administration's full ban on H-1B and other foreign worker visas. Well, what was his justification then? But that ruling only applied to companies represented by the business groups that sued, which included NAM, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, the National Retail Federation, and TechNet, representing a hell of a lot of businesses, by the way. The effort was the latest extension of Trump's April 2017 Buy American, Hire American. Oh, wait, can't do that. No. Hiring Americans? You can't hire Americans. You hire Americans, American money stays in America. It benefits America. No way! You gotta benefit foreigners and get that money out of the fucking country so that we can water down the effects of inflation as much as possible. And, of course, make it possible for big corporations to pay their employees as little as possible. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, God forbid you hire Americans, yeah, which called for federal agencies to vigorously enforce immigration laws to protect U.S. workers. Well, you know, these people are all a bunch of commies. They're all a bunch of commies who want to control the world. They're a bunch of megalo-fucking-maniacs, and they're not satisfied with being rich and having a fucking army of servants and, you know, tens, if not hundreds of thousands of employees working for them. No. They feel that they can do a better job than the political class in America. They want to rule. They want to be the bosses, baby! The administration argued that the current system allowed for potential abuses that in some cases undermine the wages and job opportunities of U.S. workers. Well, yeah, it's called supply and demand economics. It's very simple. If you have a greater supply, guess what? That supply's worth less, mofos. The dirt. So interesting to me that people don't get that. And if a certain segment of that supply costs less, guess what's going to get bought, purchased, paid for? The stuff that costs less. So you got workers coming in that will work for less. They're going to get hired. And if those workers are not Americans, well, then Americans won't get hired. How hard is that to understand? But we got to help the poor, pathetic losers of the world because America does so well. Okay. Oh, man. The restrictions at issue targeted H-1B visas, H-1B1, and E-3 visas, which are frequently used by the technology industry to temporarily employ foreign workers with advanced degrees. Yeah. Temporarily employ an individual. And then when his time runs out, they just cycle in a new temporary employee. Yeah. So they don't have to hire Americans. The changes were issued into rules by the Department of Labor and the Department of Homeland Security in October. The DHS rule, which was set to go into effect next Monday, limited the types of occupations that H-1B workers could qualify for and how long certain beneficiaries could stay in the U.S. The rule change stated that the person would not qualify if attainment of a general degree without further specialization is sufficient to qualify for the position. The DOL rule, which was already in effect, raised the minimum wage that employers must pay to H-1B workers. Yeah, but it didn't raise it to anything near what you'd have to pay an American. This is such a betrayal of America. And this judge is doing it all in this flimsy, arbitrary qualifier of Trump didn't take enough time. In my opinion. That's just great. I hope Trump appeals this, all right? I'm really getting tired of these state-level judges, these federal judges in states, making these decisions that affect the entire fucking country. One judge in California that just happens to be on the federal level has now passed a ruling that affects all 50 states, the entire fucking country. That needs to end. This needs to fucking end, okay? I'm getting tired of these activist fucking judges in these progressive states who have these liberal agendas using their positions, I think overstepping their bounds, really, to pass law that affects the whole goddamn country. It's fucking annoying. Yeah, Trump definitely needs to appeal this shit. Of course, then again, he might not have enough time. It's very interesting that this organization that sued chose now to bring this suit to court when Trump is almost out of office. He's probably not going to have enough time. So interesting. He's not going to have enough time to appeal this. And, you know, Biden isn't going to, you know. He was put into office specifically to sell out America. So there you go. Indians and Chinamen and Thai people and Vietnamese and black men from Africa, they need to get more special preferential treatment. They need to get the preferential treatment. Not Americans. God, no. We don't need more white people with middle-class jobs. We have to enrich the poor, pathetic loser in India. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah. No more America first, people. No more America first. Now you know what the left stands for if you didn't know already. And they don't stand for America. They stand for global communism, spreading the wealth, creating global equality. And that means getting the wealth away from these greedy rich people in America who, God damn it, stole it from the poor somehow, even though the poor never had any wealth to begin with. Oh, that's because it was all stolen from their mammy and their mammy's mammy, and they had no ability to create their own wealth. Oh, really? Why are there so many rags to riches stories then? Well, that's just that's an exception to the rule. Oh, but there's so many. Why is it that if you look at the bottom 10% in America financially, that in 15 years 90% of those people won't be in the bottom. They'll be in the middle class or the upper middle class. If you can't create wealth and get out because the system is rigged to be against the bottom 10%, why is it 90% of them are going to be out of the fucking bottom 10% within 15 years? How is that possible? If the left's theories on how economics were actually applicable. Well, they have no answer for that, obviously. Anyhow, let me know what you think of what I consider to be a betrayal of America by this activist judge, White, Jeffrey White. Not a very good judge, if you ask me. Was his decision a good one? To let more aliens into America to work jobs that should be getting done by Americans? Is he right that we don't have enough skilled innovators in America to fill these jobs? Or is he just a partisan hack who is a sellout and has big bags of cash hidden in his fucking house that may or may not have been given to him by George Soros? Allegedly! Let me know in the comment section, and please like and subscribe to my BitChute channel if you have not already. And again, if you really like the raw, red pill nature of my content, please consider going and checking out my website, therealistphilosopher.com. That is therealistphilosopher.com, and click on that donate button in the upper right-hand corner. I could really use your help, folks.